Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
You're a really dull class.
We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring.
Biden crime family.
Why, you're getting nervous, man.
How dare you?
And Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
You're wrong. Puerto Rico.
I will never apologize for standing up for an LBT. I intend to resign as party leader, LGBTQ2+, kids' rights.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
As prime minister. There's a level of admiration I actually have for China.
Oh, son of a...
But he called her a third-rate politician. He said there are communists involved and you guys might like that.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
Shut up, silly woman. America will never be a socialist country.
I'm in trouble.
America was founded on liberty and independence and not government coercion, domination, and control.
To collapse the liberal international order. He is the smartest man I know. You know the thing.
It's the Donald! Oh my God!
No, but it's not about, I know.
Everybody's always blaming me for everything.
Called the wrap-up smear.
It's estimated that 200 million people have died. Probably by the time I finish this talk.
Please clap.
Let's go. The winning will continue until morale improves. ABF, are you getting tired of winning yet?
A little bit, because it just seems like all my friends that I used to post stuff to make them angry, they just don't even respond anymore. They're just like, whatever. Yeah, they won't even fight back.
Yeah, I feel you. Hayden, what's your winning gauge feeling like currently?
I mean, we're at an 11 at this point, and honestly, I feel almost bad for some of the other side because, like, they're losing.
Earlier, I was coughing and I noticed I had a little bit of winning on my hand. I should probably see a doctor about it, but I'm hoping things clear up. Patriot, what's your winning level looking like?
I'm loving it. Pour me, shower, overflow, more of it.
Yes, I'm loving it. Yes, makes sense. McDonald's for the Lord God Emperor Trump. Lady or Dean, on a scale from 0 to 69, how much winning are you doing?
Probably 69, I would say.
Ooh,
it's been
70
good.
would also be acceptable.
I mean, he's doing all the stuff we wanted him to do, so I can't
2
complain.
weeks. If he managed to do all this in a year or two, I would have been happy. And he's going all the way immediately. Absolute pleasure having everyone here, including Jake Martin, who just assures us we will get tired of winning. I'm getting there a little bit. It's so hard to keep up with, and there's so many tabs, and my phone barely works because I have so many tabs. If one were to get tired of winning, this is what it would feel like, and I'm pretty happy with the situation.
I can't keep up with all the wins anymore, and I'm like discovering new stuff 21 hours after it has happened. I'm like, oh, we did that? Oh, okay, cool.
There are a couple subjects here we were probably fly past, but in like normal times, we would have talked about them for the whole dang stream. But we're going to fly straight. We're going to fly straight past Canada and Mexico being takeover. So Erwin's boss, if your winning lasts longer than 4 hours, Vegas only cash. So, ABF, I actually got some news for you. You're actually so girthy now that you remember how on Saturday you had already pre-broken the gifties before I even started the stream, and you did. I think you pre-broke everything because you guys donated over $400, and the amount that I got, less than 100 of it actually went through on YouTube.
Oh my god!
So you guys are breaking super chats now as well.
Super chats are getting.
Yeah, I made like $50 or so. So like after the YouTube, it's insane. So it's gotten so bad at this point. I had I signed up for Streamlabs and then accidentally renewed it forever. So I have a Streamlabs tips link. I finally just put it in the description because YouTube is so absolutely just broken. I feel cringe doing it. If anyone ever uses it, I like it. I used it when I did the Nerdrotic, whenever I would drop 50 to plug my documentary, because you get to keep a little bit more of it. You can also still write messages. So if anyone, for whatever reason, wants to use it, it's there. Just let me know. You can leave a message. I felt too cringe to do it. But now that YouTube is just like not allowing you guys to support me, it's not even me. It would annoy the shit out of me if I was trying to support someone and YouTube was just like, no. So for you guys, if you want it, the link will be in the description from here on out, because you're so incredibly generous. You keep breaking YouTube in new ways.
Well, that might be better anyways, because you can say what you want in there. To a certain degree, but I tried sending out a super chat the other day that just had the word Trump in it, and it said no, rephrase your super chat. So I changed it to Orange Man, went through.
Dumb.
One thing that I've learned, like super chatting channels and stuff like that, is they seem to be using an AI that is based on specific channels, because I've talked about this before. I can bring a bridge.
Everyone has AIDS. My grandma and my dog are blue.
Sorry, I felt the bridge rant going, so I knew it was going to be another minute before I could play it.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
quick. It's quick. I promise.
All right, continue.
You can bring up bridge in some super chats on some channels, but on side scrollers, you cannot type the word bridge in.
Yeah, side scrollers is where I couldn't say Trump. I don't know if they put that as a filter or not.
No, they're not doing the filters. It's Google, and that's why I think they're using an AI filtration process based on the channel.
And there's just lots of brokenness. I noticed YouTube done some update. My recommend is absolutely broken. It's like all shorts and games and whatnot. It literally won't recommend me videos right now. It's super broken. So if you guys feel like it and you want to make sure it actually works and goes through and I get to keep a little bit more of it, there's now going to be a link in the description for that. Please let me know if you use it. All right. So ABF, we're going to have to whip out that first video of AOC talking about the stupidest billionaire, Elon Musk. Oh my God. And the way she talks and presents it, it's so bad. I assume all of you had already seen it because it's next level, just out of touch. Lady R&D, you're a woman. Do you feel represented by AOC?
No. No, I don't.
What about my fellow female billionaire Selena Gomez?
No.
Yes. No?
No, I don't think so.
So
is
Selena Gomez stupider than Elon Musk? Because AOC doesn't seem to believe so.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Everyone's stupider than Elon Musk.
Yes.
Oh, also, just before, I'm sorry to interrupt AOC. Thank you, ABF.
I love that movie.
I'm happy I contracted AIDS BF. I wouldn't change a thing. All right, so let's whip this bad boy out and all right, well, we'll get through as much as we can before we just have to stop it. All right, coach.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen or witnessed.
Barmaid.
Which, you can probably even glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways, all of that is to say is that they don't do their homework. Clearly, they're putting 19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart. And the danger in the lack of intelligence and the lack of expertise that Elon has. I mean, this guy is one of the most...
pause it. Okay, pause. Oh my God. Is there anyone in the world with a wider amount of expertise than Elon? Is anyone currently more accomplished than Elon?
Yes, clearly the female bartender who got elected as a congresswoman is more experienced than Elon Musk.
Yeah, apparently she got picked. They kind of they picked her to run as the candidate.
She showed up to a casting call. There's a whole fucking string there that happened. So,
and I always like to point out, if she can do it, anyone can. Patriot, Come on, man. I know you can run. If she can, anyone can.
I was gonna say, maybe I can do it now.
Please. All right. Continue. Well, once I press the right button, continue.
But also just least knowledgeable about the systems that we really know of.
It took her like 3 seconds to think of a word.
The point is that what
I
that
brain fart
means
sometimes.
is that they're going to hit a button inevitably. They are going to hit a button and things can go
Kamala.
Things can go sideways. Things have not gone sideways. They have been doing fantastic things. I don't care if they're 19 to 24-year-old kids. They're doing great work right now.
Oh, and currently Reddit is trying to dox all the Doge kids. All the like tech geniuses he's got working to destroy the government. Reddit has what white people Twitter subreddit just got shut down because the amount of doxing and violent threats in that.
Mm-hmm. And not many people are covering it.
And was Attorney General, someone, Justice Department or someone said a statement about how, they're going to be coming after them. They're preparing to come after them. So you want to make threats against Trump's people? It's not going to work so well anymore.
Did you see what is her name? Redheaded Libertarian said about it?
What?
She said the feds are going after the feds now.
Yes. That's the beautiful thing. The feds are going after the feds. And with what they're doing with the FBI and the CIA and offering everybody, hey, if you quit your job, we'll pay you 8 months worth of your payment. Just leave. Like it's beautiful to watch the establishment people just implode and not know what to do. Whether you take the 8 months of payment or you accept that within the next 8 months, you may just get fired.
Aaron, are you okay with, are you cool with paying the government to quit?
No.
Because, I mean, I don't want to give them a bunch of money to leave, but I do want to get rid of them. So you don't like it, Patriot? Do you like the idea of paying these idiots to quit?
I mean, maybe. Maybe if it's
the
like...
cost of weeding it out versus them just leaving. It's probably worth it.
Pensions and what have you?
Severance. Bye.
Yeah. Well, I see that.
I guess.
You like it? It works for you?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, to get some of these old codgers out of there. I mean, not that they need the money. I mean, that's where I just feel like, who are we paying to leave?
Hopefully all of them, I think is the plan.
Think of it as a small investment.
Yeah, it's like, it's going to cost a bunch of money to deport people. I'm happy to pay. I'll pay a little extra if need be.
I mean, maybe.
It's less than you would be paying them for their lifetime career that they would inevitably have.
True.
So I'm okay with it.
I can be persuaded.
All right, ABF, we need to prepare the second clip. It's
yes, sir.
It's very not the highest res, but it'll work. Oh, it's the tired of winning.
They're all
clip.
doxed, but it's like kind of floating around. They're trying to nail down the places that people were doxing them.
There's one of the guys. He is helping use like AI. They scan some scrolls. They're all rolled up and absolutely just damaged beyond belief. And he's helping like there's some
Roman
competition.
scrolls.
Yeah, some competition to decode them. And I think he won.
He did it. Yep.
So
because he was bored and had nothing better to do, so he programmed an AI to decode ancient Roman scrolls that nobody's been able to read.
That's cool.
Yeah, and now all those nerds are destroying the government. It's beautiful. All right, I hadn't seen this clip in a while. It bugged me for a while that he said this because I did not get tired of winning, but now it hits a little different. ABF, roll the clip.
We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win with healthcare and for our...
Yes. We got to win more. I'm tired of winning, Mr. President. No, we have to win more. It hits different, right?
It does. It does. I'm not tired of winning. I'm tired of trying to keep up with all of the winning. I need like a daily brief before the president does everything of what we're going to win on today.
So the left, Biden stole what the WEF slogan of Build Back Better. Well, Trump, what he's calling this is the Great American Comeback, which as far as marketing goes, I really enjoy. Aaron, the Great American Comeback sound good to you?
Yeah.
Patriot, does Great American Comeback make you want to chant USA, USA, USA?
I might get it tatted right across my back.
Oh yeah, on your lower back.
If I got room.
Great American Comeback tramp stamp.
Absolutely.
If he gets enough super chats. All right.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
The Legend of Zeldin. So we got Lee Zeldin. Apparently they call him the Legend of Zeldin. I don't know how true that is.
Stop it.
So he's coming to the EPA. So he actually, there's so few people that are actually worth a damn in Washington, and he is slightly worth a damn. And he is going to the EPA, which is so incredibly important. Don't make me whip out the SDG. I'm about to whip out the SDG. No, SDG website, all that stuff, all the woke crap is completely connected to all the climate crap. And the ones forcing all that climate crap onto businesses is the EPA. You want to get
Zeldin is going to be like the Doge of the EPA. He hates the EPA.
Yes, correct. And I'm very much so looking forward to his initiative titled Powering the Great American Comeback. The initiative has 5 major pillars. The first is pushing for clean air, land, and water for every American. Essentially, all of them are like, yeah, we want to gut this crap and destroy it, but we want clean air, land, and water, and we can do both.
Mm-hmm.
They always want to pretend if we get out of the Paris Climate Accord, all of a sudden we're just going to start dumping like toxic waste on all the bunny rabbits or something. No. The second is to restore American energy dominance. Yes, please. You lower the price of energy, you lower the price of everything. You want to be prosperous, you need cheap energy. You want to be poor, you got expensive energy. That's why they want to make energy so expensive. And the third is for permitting reform, which is big. That's one of the things he did in his first term was the deregulation. Cooperative federalism. Working with the states, I assume that means, and cross-agency partnership. Fourth pillar is to make the United States the artificial intelligence capital of the world. And my favorite, the fifth, is protecting and bringing back American auto jobs. So the auto unions out of nowhere ended up supporting Trump before the election. And now he is trying to bring American auto jobs back, which is part of like the tariffs and whatnot as well. These freaking unions are going to end up loving Trump. Like they are going to be some of the next Democrat strongholds that are going to turn on the Democrats.
It's not going to be the union bosses. It's going to be the people who are forced to be members of the unions. But I can actually speak a little bit on the federal cooperatism thing. So what that goes into is stuff like the industry that I work in, like oil drilling. A lot of it is on federal and state land. Yeah, exactly. And so we've had the state blocking us on getting new leases to drill different wells and stuff like that. And if he's going in and he's saying, okay, the federal government is going to come and work with you on federal land to be able to allow you to do more things on federal land as a private company, that's good because the federal government owns way too much land in this country. I'm all for some of the parks and stuff like that. And the federal government being able to come in and say, okay, we're going to take care of this. But they own swaths of land that there is nothing there and they won't let anybody build, drill, produce anything on. So if Lee is going to come in and say, all right, the government is now going to work with you to be able to use this federal land to be able to produce for the country, that's ultimately a good thing.
Yeah, a lot of this environmental crap is about not being able to develop things and produce things. Patriot, you got any thoughts on environmental crap, deregulation, permitting?
Bunch of fluff. I'm so against. You do
construction, stuff. So you like
the amount of drainage permits you got to get for being with. I mean, it's so overdone just to collect more money. I mean, every step of the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's gotten so cost prohibitive, it keeps people from joining and starting and buying things. And
well, they'll
it's about
increase the cost of what it costs to get a permit, and then they won't approve it. So you pay the money to get the permit, and they just won't ever give you an approval. It'll always sit in a limbo land. So they've got a lot of room to move here.
bureaucracy. And apparently, we'll talk about this later. Alex Jones people just got a FOIA request. It'd been sitting forever, and they just suddenly got it. It seems like a lot of the FOIA requests that the government's been sitting on, a lot of people are probably going to be receiving their FOIA requests. So we're going to have some interesting stuff happening. All right, I'm going to blast through this and then...
really quick, I wanted to add something on the EPA. Can you pull up my screen really quick?
Yes, cars?
This is a Toyota Helix that our EPA says is not allowed in this country. It costs about $12,000 in other countries. It has a little baby diesel in it. It's the perfect work truck for anyone who wants to like start a business. But for some reason, the EPA only loves vehicles that can tow like 20,000 pounds and up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The EPA, they get more and more strict every year to where we can't have diesels. We don't even have V8s anymore. Those are going away. So
sad.
My little car rant. Sorry.
That's totally appropriate. Like that's one of the big. That is the cheapest produced and most durable vehicle out there to be able to do something industrious with, and we're not allowed to have it in the U.S.
I feel like Patriot just looks at it and wants to run over it with his truck.
I love them. I love those little mini trucks. They have a lot of utilitarian use. But yeah, I also love if you can't put a full sheet of plywood in the back and shut the tailgate, it ain't for me.
Yeah. God dang hobbyists. All right, I'm going to blast through this a bit, and then Lady R&D, we're going to you. So you prepare your statement. All right.
Alrighty. Sorry, my dog is distracting me.
You're good. I've spoken about so often. When I heard the president talk about a climate change hoax, he would also talk about how important it is to him that Americans have clean air and clean water. What he expressed was a concern was in the name of climate change that politicians in D.C. were willing to bankrupt our economy, and the people who were struggling to make ends meet would lose the ability to heat their homes. It literally happens in the UK. Old people freeze to death every freaking winter because of this crap. It literally kills. And then Americans who want to be able to go out and purchase a gas-powered vehicle would have that option denied to them by the government. Everyone who lives in California, they're pushing all that like by 2035, 2040 or whatever. Can't buy gas-powered cars anymore. Sorry. President Trump has proven that he's not somebody willing to sit on the sidelines. Yeah, he has very much proven that. When he sees Americans in need and not being properly represented and not being properly led, he will step away from an easy lifestyle and take on all the risk and all the bullets and all the arrows. Every single one of them. Whenever they talk about Trump, they need to mention the assassination attempt and all the arrows, and he will eagerly lead that charge to restore the great American comeback. We just want to do our part at the EPA here. Aaron, these things sounding good to you?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds good. They like to make things sound good. So, do I believe it? Yeah, I'd like to. I hope that he is going to drill baby drill like he says he's going to do. Because I'm sick of gas.
He made us
expensive.
He made us the biggest exporter of gas or oil in the world. Last time he was in charge.
I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I mean, as drill baby drill, like it's got to be on the list coming up soon. The things he's going to be knocking out.
And maybe I don't know how you guys feel about windmills. I mean, but we have a lot of them here where I live. And I can't stand them. I can't stand them. And they're not efficient and they're expensive. And I don't know why it keeps getting pushed.
You got to bury them and they're all toxic.
Lee Zeldin also hates them.
Good.
Lee Zeldin.
Because they're actually more harmful to the environment than what they produce.
And
they actually kill more
people.
They kill more people per megawatt than nuclear ever has.
And birds as well.
Yeah, it causes all sorts of weird like brain reactions and stuff from like the sound that you can and can't hear at certain times. I've heard all sorts of crazy stuff. Some of it might be conspiracy. I don't know, but I don't like them. We have them all over the place in Rhode Island. I don't.
So I'm
not
gonna
a fan.
say shout out to Gooch and the Gooch Raid.
Your ass is awesome.
I love that clip from Predators.
As directed at you, Gooch. If you're here, you better be. All right, so I'd like to talk about Trump waving his giant orange wiener around, and he literally basically did it, except it's not a giant orange wiener, it's a giant plume of smoke from him destroying a bunch of ISIS caves. Apparently a bunch of ISIS like plotters. So essentially Trump just blew up a bunch of CIA assets and then posted that shit on social media.
Nice.
It's beautiful.
Well, Trump is the guy that wasn't afraid to use a Moab last administration.
Yeah.
So.
So Trump went after ISIS in his last administration, completely decimated them. And then he gets back in office. And within 2 weeks, he goes, oh, wait, those fuckers are still around? Yeah, bomb them. Bomb the hell out of them. Like, just doesn't care.
And somehow managed just to kill no civilians in the process. I didn't even know that was possible.
You wouldn't.
Couldn't find any after, apparently.
Patriot, you happy with Trump dropping his giant orange wiener on ISIS as a show of force?
Like you said earlier, you figured you were going to get tired of seeing that thing waving around, but I mean, it's not enough yet.
Walk soft and carry a spiked baseball bat. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Big orange spike.
Carry a Moab and drop it on anybody that's like looks at you the wrong way.
Or just hand them a picture of what you're going to drop it on if they don't stop.
Oh yeah.
I assume like the Houthis keep like closing up the whole like the Red Sea Strait or whatever it is, with Suez Canal or whatever, screwing up all the traffic. Yeah, I can't imagine they're going to be doing that for too much longer.
Probably not.
So I'm normally pretty non-interventionist, but if you're going to do it, you do it lethal and you do it and you make a point and you do it against these sorts of people. Lady Aaron, you okay with the sort of strategic strikery? And then Hayden after?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I think it's warranted.
Correct. Hayden, is it warranted?
The entire point of getting involved in anything and being an interventionist is getting in, decimating the problem, and making sure that nobody else is going to cause a problem in the future. That's how you do this. You get in there, you kill the people that are causing problems, and you go, all right, if anybody else wants to raise a stick at us, you see how this is going to be handled. And then you back out of it. Now, I'm generally anti-intervention, but that's how you handle it.
The way we have to handle it is we have to send a bunch of money to study genders in that country first, build a bunch of schools that never get finished. Yeah. Apparently,
and how
this
monkeys
administration
respond to cell phones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think that Trump gets it.
You might be right. I may be wrong.
Yeah, there's not enough rainbow right there.
He's shit posting strikes on terrorists. I love it. All right, but here we go. Big news. I've talked about this before. Debanking. I've talked about what the debanking is. One of the reasons Alex Jones has had debanking problems is because they designated InfoWars as a terrorist organization, essentially. And he'd been saying that. Now he has actual proof because the FOIA request that one of his hosts had sent in finally just got sent back. Like, as soon as Trump gets in, the FOIA request that had just been sitting there, obviously they'd done the work. It's just sitting there not being sent. Ooh, Trump gets in, all of a sudden, FOIA requests. So we might be learning some interesting things from FOIA requests soon. But here he has it. So we already knew the CIA was after him, but now we know the FBI was as well. Let's see. FBI turned over documentation showing the Bureau had classified InfoWars with a Type 3 threat assessment. So that's the highest you can be before you're like full-blown terrorist organization. So they put it just under, but you can still spy on everyone and do all sorts of crazy illegal stuff domestically. I have a channel on Band.video. I've had a couple spoopy things happen to me and I couldn't help but wonder, I'm pretty normal. But after working on a documentary for, I think it was my last one, for quite some time, I finally put it on Band.video, took a nap and woke up to my debit card being used by someone else. It was interesting. And then that happened for every 3 months or so after that for like a year. But who knows? But yes, and like, because they've been following him and whatnot, and he just sounds crazy. Oh yeah, Al, I bet. Yeah, the government thinks you're a terrorist. I bet.
Remind me. So that designation happened in 2013. Remind me what happened in 2012.
What happened?
Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook.
Oh,
Sandy Hook
yes.
happened in 2012. The next year, they designated him right under the category of a terrorist organization. Because why? He talked about it. He may have been wrong about some things, said some things that he shouldn't have said. He apologized for it shortly afterward, but they still held him just under the level of terrorist.
And they took his livelihood for that.
They did.
And who is it that tells the government who are the terrorists and the white supremes? Groups like the SPLC and the ADL. NGOs who are basically intelligence agencies like SPLC.
The ADL who lies about almost everything and makes up their own studies and comes up with a ton of bullshit numbers and then publish them, and it's accepted as fact, even though it's like 80% of the time made up.
Then they get you debanked. Yes, and it sounds like crazy, Alex Jones, what a conspiracy theorist. But they don't have like why and a bunch of stuff, but they do have the case ID. White racially motivated extremist type 3 assessment began November 2013. Here's the evidence that the FBI has been after Alex Jones since 2013, over a decade. And him getting kicked off of YouTube and all that stuff actually did affect me because I started off trying to do the reporter contest. It didn't even finish because they got kicked off the whole internet. And then me being worried that they were going to lose Band.video is why I wanted to go to YouTube and start doing culture war stuff. It was one of the
Crazy
reasons.
how that comes
So,
full
like,
circle, right? Get kicked off of YouTube,
you guys,
get worried about them getting taken down, go back to YouTube.
You guys wouldn't be here tonight if the FBI weren't persecuting Alex Jones, probably.
Well, happy accidents, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. All right. All right, Lady R&D. I'm just gonna say it. I think you could do a little bit of rogue gray in your hair. I think it will look great. I'm just saying.
I may have to.
All right, so
there.
we got a few we need confirmed hard. Tulsi's one of them. Susan Collins backs Tulsi. All right, so we've got the three neo-cucks who voted against Hegseth. It was Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and then McConnell.
I have an opinion on this.
One of these traitors is siding, so it's looking like she might be getting in. Hayden, tell us your outlandish opinion.
my outlandish opinion is that a lot of the neocons, they are caving to Tulsi and RFK to keep Kash Patel out of the FBI. Because the FBI is where they run everything from. So if they cave a little bit, maybe they can sway some of the others to vote against Kash Patel, because that will land the deep state the most damage.
If he doesn't get through, I'm going to be literally freaking heartbroken. I will not be happy about that.
I don't think they want us to know how many gay and trans flags there are inside of the FBI headquarters.
Well, you already saw them covering up that wall.
Yeah. She needs to get in because she'll be DNI, which is Director of National Intelligence, which oversees all of the intel agencies. So we want to deal with that. The intel deep state, you got to have a good DNI. So we need her in.
But it's in collaboration with the heads of the CIA, the FBI. So if they can get a head of FBI in that they're more okay with, they can continue moving along the track of the Patriot Act that was passed, where they can spy on American citizens.
You're wrong. So this is going to be big. Apparently, I've seen some like senators reporting they're getting like hundreds of calls a minute. People are calling in saying, you better confirm these people. And that actually does have an effect. It's important. All right. Let's see. Patriot, Kash Patel, RFK, Tulsi. You think all three are getting in, or what do you think's going on?
I saw Pam Bondi got in today. I didn't think that was going to happen. So,
yeah, I'll say we already lost one. People already kind of forgot about it. Matt Gaetz.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lady R&D, you think we're going to get all three?
I don't know. I mean, I think Tulsi's probably going to get in. RFK and Kash, I think, are controversial to a certain degree. A little more controversial.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I think RFK has a better chance than Kash Patel does.
He's going to be the hardest one, and he's the most important one to get in.
He's a rogue element in that environment, I feel like, and they don't like it. You know, they do not want him going in with like a blowtorch. And
he will.
That's
yeah,
what
if he
he's
gets in,
to do.
It will be a blowtorch. Yeah, he's like, and immediately be like, Epstein files, Diddy files. Yes, they are not. They do not want him in.
Yeah,
We need
he's
him
not
in.
going to play, and they don't want to take that chance because, like Hayden said, like that's their base of operation.
Speaking of their basis of operation and fucking around and finding out, pull this one up for you, Hayden. DEI professionals gripped with fear of losing their jobs now that Trump is president. Sean Harper, who's founder of the Race and Equity Center at the, told CNN that DEI professionals have told them they feel anxious about the future regarding their careers. Yes, good. They're afraid. They are afraid of losing their jobs, of losing their livelihoods, of not being able to get another job. Right now, the jobs that those folks have been doing for years are not in vogue.
Yeah. Well, because
Race and Equity Center founder is saying it's no longer in vogue.
yes, because those people were hired not to do the jobs that were made to be done, but they were given positions that didn't exist so that they could go in and control the narrative. This is how the ideology got pushed into our government and society. And those people are scared because they have no other skills. They can do nothing else. That's why they're afraid they won't get hired again, because you're damn sure not going to get hired again to run a DEI area.
They created entire departments. I mean, entire departments with directors all the way down to like line staff. It's wild. So
that's how they took over. They did that, and now those people are afraid of losing their jobs because that's all going like a Thanos snap. It's all turning
such a waste of money and resources.
Yep.
Well, it's one thing for us to say the ship is turning and what have you, but for them having to admit it, so balls deep into it, having to admit that it's no longer in vogue, that's are the same as us saying get woke, go broke, and they're finally admitting they done went broke, and now they are pariahs. Which that's the most important part. Like the Hayden, you know, he's concerned about them going off and slithering somewhere else, but if we can turn them into pariahs, they ain't no slithering to somewhere else. All right, so I'd like to apologize in advance to all of my black subscribers because I'm going to do a black woman voice. I'd like to apologize in advance. Racist Democrat Rep. Jasmine Crockett falsely claims white Supremes commit 80% of the most violent crimes in America. All right, Isaac in chat, you go ahead and behave. All right, please. I know you can do it. We now have white Supremes and sitting in that White House, and he's backed up by them other white Supremes. And if you really want to know who them criminals are in this country, you just can Google it. You don't have to trust me, but the people who commit 80% of the most violent crimes in this country are white Supremes. Let's look at the FBI crime statistics.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but the Democrat-controlled FBI statistics would highly disagree with you.
Calm down there, mediocre white boy. The only people that crying about that mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder. She's had to work so much harder because she's a black woman, Hayden. This is why they don't. Yes, this is why they don't want us to have education. Wait, where did that even come from? Bitch. We're literally the ones fighting for school choice so black kids don't have to go to ghetto-ass broken Democrat-run schools.
The National Association for the Advancement of White People did a lot for white people. Oh, wait.
Look up...
this is the same bitch.
The graduation rate of kids in Baltimore, if they can read or not. It's insane.
It's astonishing.
She got her squinty ass eye. I'm poking it.
That's why it looks like that. Okay.
All right. Sorry. Wait, we're streaming. Are we still live? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this is perfect. I want them to keep going, like quintuple down, please, because people don't fall for it anymore. Patriot, you think all this calling everything racist and sexist, you think it's working anymore? Are you feeling like it's working much?
I almost wear it as a badge at this point.
Yeah, it's like being called deplorables. Like people started wearing that. Yeah. Lady Aaron D, you think people are falling for all this woke crap and all this name calling anymore?
No, I think a lot aren't. I think some of the folks that were big pushers of it are just trying to morph it into something different. You know, I have some friends from high school that I still see Facebook posts of, and a lot of them were very liberal. And I saw this one girl going on about how DEI also includes things like handicap ramps, you know, and trying to spin it Like we didn't have handicap ramps before DEI. I'm like, girl, like, come on. I don't think any of that's true. I'm like, is this the gaslighting? You know, that they try to convince their sheep, you know, that no, it includes things like that. And I'm like,
Patriot?
I really don't think it does.
You have to deal with the tards we went to high school with on Facebook. Have you noticed any changes, or are they quintupling down on tardation?
They're thinning out, but the ones that are still holding on are triple and quadrupling down for sure.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
I've already drank this. I must continue. More, please. Okay.
Well, we're getting tired of winning. They don't know what to do because we talk about like the full court press that Trump is doing. They don't know which one to go after. And even if they go after something, like that's how you know the USAID is a big thing, because that's the one they finally put up some resistance to. And that's how you know that one's really important. But it's the tiniest amount of resistance and it's going to do nothing because he's just going and going and going. Valiant. All right, let's see. Currently, YouTube is currently accepting all of your support.
Oh, let's go.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And Isaac, shout out, homie. I will say, finally got Isaac and ABF to watch Princess Mononoke last night. Bunch of cultured weebs. Both enjoyed it. And ABF and Isaac both messaged me to say they enjoyed it afterwards. And
Nice.
I appreciated that.
Oh, but speaking of anime, since it got brought up real quick, I gotta talk to you about solo leveling.
Yes. All right, that is acceptable. Yes, we always have time for solo leveling.
I finished the last episode that is currently English dubbed, and I dropped off from it. I think they did worse in the last episode.
Remove. All right, Hayden. It's really great having Hayden. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. That son of a bitch. I will never forgive you. Fine, whatever.
No, listen.
Fine.
Okay,
real
quick.
Nice things.
I'll keep it quick. They did the lazy thing of got two things that I needed that could have been part of the story, and they just did it. Like you don't get to see anything happen. It was tell, not show. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm fine with getting
They were doing so good.
I'm fine with getting to the good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
ABF, El Salvador, offers to take U.S. criminal deportees of any nationality for a fee. I was trying to remember where the hell Nayib Bukele was the leader of El Salvador. He's the Bitcoin guy and the hard-on crime guy, and he created a super prison to put all the criminals in. ABF, should we send all of the, criminal illegals to him for a small fee?
I think that the ones that shouldn't be here and their countries won't take them back. Yeah, sure. Like the people that are stuck in like limbo, I think we should do that with.
Agree.
Till there are no more stuck in limbo. I like it. I like it. Just get them out of the country. It's a lot easier that way.
I think we should be treating this like this is the maximum, the worst of the worst. Yeah. We'll pay a nominal fee, send those people there. Even if they are American citizens, if they are the worst of the worst, send them there. Let the U.S. taxpayers pay that little bit.
That's a
Get
different
them over there
discussion
with those people.
But I also support that. Yeah, like death row inmates. How about we have you death row in a third world where you are actually punished?
People that belong
for your
under the jail.
Yeah, if you've seen like the way the prisoners are treated, like they ain't messing around.
I watched a
a
30-minute documentary on that prison. That
too.
place is wild.
So it actually forms as a deterrent for people to not commit crimes because they're so afraid of going to prison.
Oh, they're afraid of being punished. Patriot, any thoughts on our genius idea?
I'm just mad there's no islands for sale. I mean, they really had it figured out with Australia.
No, it ended up becoming a country, allegedly. Like that was the wrong thing to do.
Something like that.
You got a country of convicts.
Yeah, the idea of hardcore criminals having to live in squalor and have to actually be punished for their crimes.
30 of them in a single cell where they have to stand up for inspection every day. That door gets open for 1 hour a day for them to do exercises in a concrete room. Fuck them. Let it happen.
No PlayStations like in Guantanamo. Yes.
I want Netflix to go to El Salvador to film season 3 of Squid Game, like you keep talking about, Erwin.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It solves a lot of problems, and it would get really good ratings. I know it. All right, so we have 45. All right, we gotta keep going. The tabs are, and we're all a bunch of old, so we need to go CP times at some point. Trump pauses tariffs as Mexican president agrees to send 10K troops to U.S. border. Follow that with Trudeau bends the knee. Canada will send 10,000 troops to border, and then what's this? Trump also sending 10,000 troops to the border. I'm not a big fan of like militarized police states and what have you. I'm also not a fan of sending our soldiers off to fight wars for no reason and dying for globalists to get resources and power and control. I don't like that. I do like our warriors and our vets at our borders actually protecting America and quote unquote democracy rather than just fighting oil wars and crap. Put them on the goddamn border where the only place they belong. I like the idea.
Yeah, if they're gonna be doing any sort of training, why not have them train on the border also? Like practice filling sandbags and walking patrols and stuff like that down there. I don't see any problem with that whatsoever.
Well, there are images of our soldiers, Marines, because the cartels decided to cause a little bit of a dust up, of them standing 5 to like 8 foot apart, lining the border with Border Patrol, saying,
Humvees behind them.
I showed it on, I think, like yesterday's stream or something. It literally like made me kind of want to tear up a little.
Yeah, that needs to be turned into some sort of recruitment video. Just
yes. Proud to be an American.
Well, and what's hilarious is that you have all the leftists that are coming out and saying Trump caves on the tariffs and completely ignoring the fact that no, it was Mexico, Panama, it was Canada. They caved on everything and were like, okay, well, we're just gonna put $1.5 billion into securing the American and Mexico or American and Canadian border, and so that's what we're gonna do.
The cartels are already not happy with it. They're talking about weaponizing drones. I think they already shot at some of our Border Patrol soldiers. And then also they're putting like spikes out in the road and whatnot to like destroy their tires.
They are.
For the first time I've ever seen a U.S. Air Force, signals intelligence platform from Air Force Base in Nebraska is operating within Mexican airspace over the Gulf of California between Baja California, blah, 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 and Sinaloa. This is, where the Sinaloa cartel and a bunch of other cartel people are.
So that's huge because that means Mexico has authorized the U.S. Air Force to be able to infiltrate Mexican airspace.
All right, now that's my next question is I'm fine with them being at the border. I'm also fine with them taking out the narco terrorists who run all of Mexico and have deals with our deep state. For those that don't understand the whole CIA, they didn't just stop running drugs like back in the 80s. And
Fast and Furious wasn't a thing. Shut up, Erwin. What are you talking about?
And then the whole deal is the cartels are allowed to operate. They have to launder their money through the American banks. And then the CIA makes all their black money and whatnot, running all the drugs, getting, black people addicted to crack and pushing gangster rap on them and what have you. So going after the cartels is huge. And as much as I don't want to be invading Mexico, surgical strikes and working with Mexican military and government to go after the cartels, I'm fine with that sort of war on drugs. And, if Trump's doing it, he's like, we're doing it hard, we're doing it fast, we're getting it over with, and we're getting back out. So I am fine with that. Patriot, you got any thoughts on Trump going to war with the cartels?
Absolutely loving it. I mean, we've seen a little bit of it with the Colorado apartments. He went in there and took down that. I mean, day 2? Round them up.
Day 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, round them up.
Lady Andy, you got any thoughts on going after the cartels?
I agree. Let's go.
Yes, I want Trump to get on the phone with the cartels and say, I have a certain set of skills or something along those lines. Drop some like action movie lines.
The only thing that I absolutely want to see is if you find a tunnel, just use a bunker buster on it.
Yeah, that's what we just saw with us.
The tunnels, just bunker buster that bitch.
There's so many of them too, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. ABF,
radar.
You fine with us going Rambo Last Blood on the cartels?
Yeah, because in the end, I think it'll actually save America money because then it'll make people less dependent on the system after they get addicted to drugs. Because if you make the drugs less available, I'm not saying, ban drugs like the CIA tried to, just stop letting it cross the border.
The reason that gang culture and crime was pushed on black people is the easiest way to keep people down is through crime. You want to keep people poor and stuck at being poor, crime. And by getting the cartels off of just get their boots off the throats of just regular Mexicans, they can actually like have an economy again, because you can start a business without a cartel coming for their protection money and stuff like that. So it's not just like any crime and like doing stuff for here. This is a win-win for everyone except for the CIA. It's a big loss for them.
Wait. Can one of you guys highlight Valiant Goats chat there?
The long one? Yes.
Yeah.
Please read it for us, Hayden.
It says, I still don't get the Canadian border. More shit goes through Canada from the US than vice versa. But also, it's cheaper for Canada to beef up the border to their own benefit to get into a trade war. Well, the problem with the Canadian border is that
it's
Chinese officials own land in Canada and are able to fly in there from China, and then they're able to cross the border into the United States. That's also where a lot of the fentanyl comes from. So we don't only see fentanyl and stuff like that coming from Mexico, but a massive amount of it actually comes from the Canadian border as well, because these guys will walk across the border in suits. The northern border is so weak that we have neglected it for a long time, because we thought of Canada as more of an ally than Mexico even. But that border is far weaker than the Mexican border, and it's just as easy for people to get into Canada and then cross over as it is from Mexico.
Lady R&D, where do you think this video is shot at?
This video right here?
A lot of Mexican nationals. This is a lot of illegals in the middle of the road. Oh, sorry, who knows? It might be in another country, but yeah, a lot of Mexican flags and the police. The police are just driving. But there was, but not anymore, as they drive away from all the illegals in the road. There's a bunch of smoke. That's fun. Oh, they're blocking. The police are gone. So yes, we're getting all these fun immigration protests, we'll call them. And the natural thing is to think, oh, hey, Tom Homan should go there with Dr. Phil and arrest them all. As Alex Jones keeps pointing out, though, they are going to false flag one of these things.
For sure.
And blame it on a Trump supporter. Like the chances are so damn high. So as much as I want to see them all get arrested, they're going to be begging for Charlottesville. So they got to be careful if they do go to one of those places.
I feel like the likelihood of the false flag is a little bit lower now that the FBI is under a magnifying glass.
Yes,
I'd agree.
Yes,
yeah,
accurate. But
it
at the same time,
it doesn't take the FBI being involved for it to be a false flag, for it to be something that dusts up.
Yeah, but let's be honest here. They do a lot of those.
They do.
Yeah.
A lot of
well, Charlottesville, they probably had, some Fed boys holding tiki torches and what have you. But it was everyone attacking the car that made him speed off and then hit the girl. And I think she had like a freaking heart attack. She didn't die from getting run over. And so it wasn't like that was a real thing that happened. They try to set up the situation a lot of times. Yeah. So and it's just like BLM. You have someone just goes through an intersection because they don't see what's going on and just smokes someone. But I don't think the media is going to be able to pull it off. And yeah, the fact that everyone is on the lookout for false flags makes me really happy. We're probably a little too on the lookout for false flags, but I prefer that over not on the lookout. All right. This is one, though, where I think a fuck around find out should happen. This gentleman here is the New Jersey governor and admits to sheltering an illegal alien at his home and dares the Trump administration to come after him.
Do it now.
I don't want to get into too much detail, but there's someone in our broader universe whose immigration status is not yet at the point they're trying to get it to. Undocumented. We said, you know what? Let's have her live in our house above our garage. Good luck to the feds coming in to try to get her. And aiding or abetting illegals, you're not allowed to do that. And Tom Homan has pointed out to like Denver mayors, you're not allowed to do that. And
you can be put in prison for that, in fact.
We'll look into Murphy's harboring claim. I think the governor is pretty foolish saying what he said because I got note of it, won't let it go, we'll look into it. And if he's knowingly harboring and concealing an illegal alien, that's a violation of when he names the title and code. It like, I get a little horny, I'm going to say it. When he starts saying, this is the code where I'm going to come after all you idiots, it makes me happy. I will seek prosecution, or the secretary will seek prosecution. So maybe he's bluffing. If he's not, we'll deal with that. And Tom Homan is my new man crush. I said it. Lady Aaron D, on a scale from 9 to 10, how hot is Tom Homan?
As far as the way he tells people how it is, I'm going to give him an 11 because, I mean, he just pretty much lays the smack down and is like, nope.
if we're like the dating game or like they had the guy, I'm going with contestant number 3, please.
Yeah.
What I want to see is I want to see some vertical cell phone camera video show up on Twitter of a MRAP that says SWAT on the side of it, bust into that garage and with the battering ram. I don't know if you guys saw that video from Phoenix today.
All right, so that's the question then is, I think this is a situation, like these Denver mayors, these governors and whatnot, you need to make examples of them, and this is freaking perfect chance for him to make an example. I support ABF. We'll go around circle. ABF, do you think he should go after this governor?
100%. Make an example.
You gonna brag about it? Let's see about that, Hayden. You think he's
see Ford blow his garage door off and then rip that fucking ladder down, go up there and see what's up. That's what I say.
Lady Aaron D, do you think that they should repel from the roof and go in through the windows or what?
Whatever it takes. I mean,
Patriot,
so stupid.
You're gonna be the fifth doctor that doesn't recommend the toothpaste, or are you gonna agree with us? Yeah. How would you break into how would you infiltrate Governor Murphy's home to get his illegal in the attic?
That would take a little forethought. I definitely through the attic like Santa Claus, or the chimney through Santa Claus sounds fun, but
should probably just thermite like the foundation and the main pillars, just bring it down for safety reasons.
I just realized what's going to happen if they do actually infiltrate his home. The Anne Frank analogies are going to be on a level that we have not seen before.
The first thing I thought when I was just saying that. I had that thought like 10 seconds ago, yes. But here is Anne Frank. I don't believe Anne Frank crying about how she owes $25,000 in loans to cartel smugglers. I can't go back because my family pulled together $25K in loans to pay my smuggler. I need to get to the other side to give my best to my parents. They have nothing. They're already able to get $25K in loans. Start a fucking business, you dumb bitch. Zero sympathy. You're an idiot. And a lot of people don't realize how much money they pay to get smuggled here, because the whole idea is, they don't have nothing. They want a better life. I could not pull together enough cash to pay a smuggler. If I sold all my comic book, if the cartels takes comic books, I could probably pay to get smuggled right now. But I don't.
And figures.
Well, the sad thing is, even if they don't pay a smuggler, it costs them an arm and a leg to get up here, just from how crooked all the cops are and everything. Like, I've employed some guys from south of the border who are here legally, and they still told me it would cost them $7-8 grand to just come up. Like, one of them was from Nicaragua, and he said, every stop you get stopped by police, you got to slide him some. And I mean, he said it was.
Why do you think they don't stop it? Yeah, because they make money off of it.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to all our EU folks sleeping right now, 5 a.m. Trump promises tariffs on atrocity European Union, but teases exception for nice Britain. He's doing it again. And everyone's going to cry, oh no, all the European imports, tariffs. And they're going to capitulate in 24 hours or less again. And every time they're going to say, oh no, don't do it. And every time it's going to work. I say let's just start at 50% tariffs at this point. Thoughts?
I agree. Let it happen. Go for it, because we know that they're going to bow down anyway. Just go full blown with it. We're going to 50% tariff you. And for every hour that you're not doing it, we're going to charge you for everything coming into the United States. Fuck off. Capitulate faster. We already know you're going to. The U.S. is the strongest country in the world, the most powerful country in the world. We are leveraging that against them now. And it's a beautiful thing to see.
Panama also learned the lesson. Trump's going to invade Panama, take over the canal. No, but they just backed out of the Belt and Road, the One Belt, One Road initiative with China.
Yep.
And that's all it really was we don't want China to take over the thing we built. Lots of people died. We spent lots of money on it. We don't want China to have it. And it works again.
Well, it's crucial to our shipping as well.
Exactly. Literally, yeah, strategically important. And our leaders are all about giving China all the power and control in the world. It's weird. It's almost like they're selling us out on purpose.
Wow, crazy thought.
South Africa complains after Trump threatens to revoke funding because, they're trying to steal all the farmland from the white farmers. Every time that happens in a African country, they all starve to death and have a civil war. So maybe let's not do that. Trump says maybe let's not confiscate all the white people's farms. And now they're all butthurt about it. And they're going to capitulate like the little commie bitches they are. All right, any thoughts before we move on to Shmoo Shmain? Shmoo Shmain it is. These two. All right, so when you get monetized on YouTube, you go to AdSense. So you can set everything up. And when you go to Google AdSense for the first time, I don't know if it's still like this, but a little thing popped up for me. I know Badger as well, back when he got monetized. And it's a little warning that says that if you say anything against funding the Ukraine war, we will demonetize your channel. You don't have full 1,000% support for all the money that we are sending there. They will demonetize your entire channel on all of YouTube. All right, now, Zelensky claims Shmurine received less than half of U.S. aid. Don't know where all that money went. $200 billion in support? What do you mean, bro? We only got $76 billion of it. Suggested that additional funds went to humanitarian programs, which he was uninformed about, but knew of their existence.
The president was uninformed about the programs.
Perhaps the U.S. president's administration will audit these programs and find additional billions, but I don't know where those funds went. And if you say you don't like that, you will be demonetized on YouTube.
Well, guess what, Erwin? I think that gifties need to break for him. And I'm going to send some ABF aids over his direction.
God, please do.
Everyone has AIDS. My grandma and my dog are blue.
I mostly said that because you really wanted to play that again.
It's my favorite clip. It makes me so happy. The day that it doesn't light that spark in me and make me dance, I'm going to be sad. It's when I know I'm finally an adult. All right, so I don't want to talk about this subject too much because I like being monetized.
Good idea. I should not speak on it at all.
That ties into, I know, we would have many things to say. All right, USAID, which was the ones who helped fund and carry out the color revolution in Shmurine, when they then put in neo-Yazis in charge right afterward. Shout out Blair for the gifty. And then Joe Biden... Damn it. And Joe Biden's son got in there to make a bunch of money and make sure the big guy got his cut. And a lot of that was brought to us by USAID. And they don't know what to complain about, what to fight against, but they finally landed on USAID. I brought it up the other day, how big it was, and I thought it was going to kind of go under the rug, but they decided to make a big stink about it. And now all the conservatives know what USAID is. All of the funding, like transgender studies in Pakistan, is USAID, but also all the color revolutions are as well. Doing this is absolutely humongous. This is the deep state.
And they strategically named that department so that whenever it shows up, it looks like U.S. aid, like it's U.S. foreign aid, and that's what they started calling it. That's not what it is. It is the development of the ideology in other countries. They were funding their own control of things and the cultist mentality into these other countries.
and protesters and all the university programs and crap like that. Yes, all the ways they destroy us, they fund using the things already set up and setting up new stuff in other countries. And then, bam, you have an orange revolution. Well, they had an orange revolution in Schmooshmain. Well, USA, we're having our own orange revolution right now. And the wiener is flopping all around. And I'm here for it. So
And one of those things was the press secretary said millions to a transgender comic book in Peru. Imagine if we sent
Correct.
those millions to Eric July instead.
Exactly. And so that's what a lot of conservatives are talking about when I'm like, we got to go a little bit deeper because it is the training comics, but it's also COVID. So the people who set that all up was Eco Health Alliance.
Yes.
And
the Eco Health Alliance is a massive organization that has been controlling things on the health level for the world. And let's just say they haven't done a great job.
So USA, it's just over here on the right, is higher. It's the highest one. They get it. It's from USAID and then Department of Defense. And then these guys, and then as well, it's all connected to intelligence. The CIA was very much so part of all of this. And then they're the ones who then covered up the whole lab leak situation as well. Stuff you also would get removed from social media and demonetized for talking about.
Those of you who are curious souls out there, just look into the Eco Health Alliance and go down a little bit of a rabbit hole there, and you will be shocked.
It's humongous. Lady R&D, you got any thoughts currently?
Oh, COVID. It was.
I remember.
They're a bunch of liars, and so none of that even remotely surprises me at all. I mean,
but the fact that 2 weeks in he's going after the head of the snake, you love to see it. Patriot, you got any thoughts on going after USAID?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, do it.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Patriot,
I'm
you
all
got thoughts?
for it. Dude, cut all of this extra garbage out, and especially anything to do with the NGO. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they didn't go after the NGOs, nothing would have really gotten done. The fact that they are, he's got good people around him telling him what to do. It makes me happy. And then, of course, Bill Gates comes out. Musk wouldn't be telling USAID workers to stay home if he knew what it does. And he talks about how I give I give billions of dollars to the same thing that USAID does. I'm looking forward to some investigations and some grand juries on Bill Gates, please. And we got a bunch of big techs are kissing the ring and going along with the MAGA agenda, getting in line. But a lot of them, they're not going to. They're maybe pretending, but at the moment, Microsoft, they aren't even pretending. Partnership with Orwellian NewsGuard continues even as it courts Trump administration. NewsGuard is a big old fact checker and censor of the internet, and it's 100% some Microsoft. And going after all the fact checkers and DEI crap and whatnot is big. NewsGuard probably not going to be around much longer, but they're going to do their best. Yeah,
NewsGuard is going to try to fight against the misinformation like groups that have been being exposed. NewsGuard tries to certify those people as 100% truth tellers.
NewsGuard like kind of became relevant, and now they're not anymore. They're really going to go away.
Censorship industrial complex is doing about as well as DEI currently, but actually here we'll skip ahead to Europe though, because I keep bringing up, make sure I got my little Europe segment. It's always about how they're coming after that's blah, blah, blah. Digital IDs. But then here we go. EU's disinformation code becomes mandatory under censorship law. This is something Google actually recently dropped out of. Platforms preemptively enforce rules ahead of German election. So essentially they're going to try to, because populists are going to win big in Europe, and they're going to have to steal elections. And in Romania, they already canceled an election because the Conservative Party won so big. And they're going to use this to fight all the disinformation. So this was just, you kind of have, suggest you go along with it. Now it's going to be mandatory, and they're rolling it out just before all these big elections, and they are now currently testing it to prepare for Germany's elections. So 1,000% they are going to be stealing some elections in Germany.
They also used this whenever Macron lost in France, and they reversed the election because they said it was due to disinformation.
Yeah, that's what they literally just did in Romania was, oh, Russians affected it, so we're going to do a do-over so that way the leftists can get rid of some of their candidates so they can perform a little bit better on the next do-over. Literally. So they're going to be going, seeing how big tech goes along with this will show if they're going to go along with the MAGA agenda or they're still going full-blown globalist agenda. All right, Mike Benz has been tearing it up, and he is in contact with Trump administration and Doge and whatnot, calling these people out. And this made me really happy. Talking about Obama's mama working for CIA and State Department. Her parents also were some spooks as well. And CIA State Department conduit is called, oh wait, yeah, here we go. State Department funding conduit primarily responsible for financially bribing Brazil's internal censorship industry ecosystem for 6 whole years, pushing it to the point Brazil censored X. And who was it? It was the USAID, and all that stuff about her just makes me happy to see. If you want to see what the Ford Foundation was doing with the CIA while it was funding Obama's mama, see here, talking about Ford Foundation makes me happy. This is an old school video showing the connections on how the CIA launders all their money. Makes me so happy. And then where did it go? Fuck. The reason I pulled this up is, did it really go missing? Is Elon had responded to this. So
yeah, there's a good chance it's gone missing.
Yeah, so Elon is going hardcore with Doge right now. He was just calling out the National Endowment for Democracy, another huge head of the snake for overthrowing countries. So I'm proud of Elon. If he was some crazy plant, who knows, he might enslave us in a dystopia at some point. But it was because he chooses to. And no, if he were some sort of plant, you wouldn't be doing what he is currently doing right now. I'm loving me some Elon. He's literally saving the country. $1 billion a day. It warms my heart. Anyone here currently against Elon? Anyone thinks he's a snake in the grass? Lady R&D?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think he's trying to be more efficient. I mean, there's so much money wasted. So why not be efficient? Go for it.
And he's going after, he's like, hey, USAID, we're going to go and check, see, doge you up a little bit. And they say, no.
I don't trust any of his video game takes.
Yeah, I know, right? And then this is what happened. And that's what USAID's been such a problem is there's no accountability for him whatsoever. And so then just straight up saying, yeah, you're all fired is huge. All right, let's see. Sovereign Wealth Fund.
Real quick, can I share my screen real fast?
Do it. Share. Where are you at? Yeah, share it.
I'm throwing it up right now. I just want to show everybody.
Debt clock.
So the USDebtClock.org has added a Doge clock, and we are currently at $58,524,000,000 saved, and you can see how rapidly it's rising.
That's amazing.
And you also have to think of it's also not the interest bearing on our debt, so it's like compounding how much is actually being saved.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people don't realize how soon our payments on the interest on our debt's going to reach $1 trillion. If it's not already there, I think I actually might have recently hit it. All right, now I'm going after things I just want Trump to go after. ActBlue, I think he's going to. He's going to do a bunch of election stuff, and going after ActBlue is going to be a huge part of it. They are full blownsies with the money laundering and the FEC violations where they do all the smurfing, where they do a bunch of like Kamala's the presidential candidate now. Look how many small dollar donor money she got. Look, all the people love her. Well, that's because people do donations in other people's names.
Yeah. Yes. Also, I remember going to a few restaurants, and for a while, they got rid of it finally. But when you see the pin pad, it says you want to donate to someone. For a minute, it was at like Panda Express. It would say, "Do you want to donate to ActBlue?"
Really?
Yeah, I could not believe it. Yeah, and people were actually doing that for a while. They were doing that illegally.
Yes,
and then they had to pay a fine because of it, but they made so much money, it didn't even matter.
Yeah, because if you get that many millions of people donating $1, donating $5 in some instances, it adds up fast.
Yeah, there's a reason why Kamala was able to raise like $1.5 billion. There's lots of money, and a lot of that money probably actually comes from our tax dollars. All right, Lady R&D. Oh, yes?
What's the reason for her still being $20 million in debt after she lost an election, though? That's what I want to know.
Oh, well, because they paid Obama $100,000 to campaign and what, Cardi B like $58,000 or something like
They
that.
paid a lot to Oprah too to build that whole studio to do that town hall thing that she did.
They overspent. It's so funny.
Lady R&D, I think you might be happy to see this. Trump reportedly set to gut U.S. Education Department. The
Yeah.
Department of Education might not be alive here in a month or so. Thoughts on that,
Good.
Aaron?
I'm happy. It's a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Homeschool your kids.
Please.
Any sort of reforms and stuff he does with that he's probably going to be very pro homeschooling as well. Patriot.
Well, I mean, I think if he's going to attack the DEI aspect of it and all that diversity crap that they're teaching kids instead of math and science, I'm all for that. I mean, he's doing it within Washington, so why not make it a public school initiative as well? Please.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of vouchers. Yeah, whatever. Where instead of the schools just automatically getting the tax dollars, basically the parents like, I want him to go to that school, and then the tax dollars
the student.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah, I was literally going to say that. And now I think he was even talking about giving that tax credit to the family if you're going to homeschool.
Yes,
nice.
That's what I'm saying. Oh wow, yeah, that would be fantastic. Yeah, Aaron. Yeah. How big would that be?
I mean, I have heard we don't pay school taxes here in Rhode Island. They've managed to make it car taxes. So the entire time I've lived in this state, I have to pay quarterly taxes on my vehicle that I already bought and paid taxes on. So
I'm all for
but we don't have to pay school taxes as property owners, which is kind of a trade-off, though they're trying to phase it out. So who knows where they're getting the money from now.
Property tax is definitely some BS.
But yeah, I did hear that he was going to do tax breaks for parents that homeschool as well. So fingers crossed for that.
Yes, please. Kata, I will post a picture of me with a MAGA hat if he abolishes the Department of Education.
I am going to hold him to that.
This, like, genuinely, if he does the no tax on tips, that may apply to Super Chat. So I might actually get a no tax on Super Chats.
No, okay, wait. So I'll tell you, the no tax on tips things, like, that is specifically in the hospitality sector.
No,
as of right now.
I'm hospitality.
So
you're very hospitable, Erwin.
Indeed. But they
I'll get you guys. You need your waters topped off?
They have said that they are leaving the language broad to be able to incorporate more tips into that as they start to build up that program for no tax on tips. So there's a possibility, but as far as right now goes, it does not count on anything outside of like bellhops at hotels, waitresses at restaurants. Trump was big to mention cart girls at golf courses. Those tips, those are non-taxed, but as far as right now goes, super chats, stuff like that, they would still be taxed under what they have right now. But they are leaving the language broad so that they can add things in.
All right, I'm voting for Kamala now in 2028. Changed my mind. Son of a bitch. All right. He's also pulling us back out of the UN Human Rights Council. I don't know what it takes to break whatever treaty got us into the UN, but I'd love to see him just pull us out of the UN. And that would completely just discredit it. Full-blown delegitimize it if we backed out.
The UN cannot wait to have the US ask for help to disarm the population. So I don't like the UN.
Goddamn blue helmets, man. Don't get me started. Only thing I don't like about the gentleman is he starts out as a goddamn blue helmet. All right. I pinned it. I have a super cringe affiliate link. If you guys are interested in some super based t-shirts, Alex Jones Store has some. So they like to do the limited edition ones, which get me extra fired up. This one is sexy. You got the Molon Lava, and you got the
new
guns and the Spartan and the gold.
Yeah.
I like it. Currently on sale. You use that link to get it, and I get like 10% or something crazy of the commission, which I can then use in the store to buy more t-shirts like Alex Jones is my spirit animal. So if you want some base shirts or stickers, or they got really great supplements, a bunch of other stuff, hey, consider using my affiliate link if you're interested. And oh yeah, ABF, I actually had a question if you're still there.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized I was very happy that you used my affiliate link to get some t-shirts, but then I realized that your t-shirts got that much even cooler than my t-shirt collection. And then I wondered, he must have so many t-shirts. Do you have like a steam cleaner or whatever, like the laundromat where they have like the motorized little thing for all your shirts, like on the hooks, or how do you do it? Because you have to have like 50 plus.
I'm a dude,
like,
and
in rotation.
I live alone. My house isn't the cleanest, and I live out of a laundry basket. I don't even bother folding my clothes and shit.
Base and red pill, yes. Yeah.
I literally
That's what I'm
took my
Men need
t-shirts
women.
out of my bag
Or
that
we
I
go
live out of
straight to
whenever I
squalor.
work, and then I just threw them in my suitcase for the trip to MegaCon this week. Like, I just took it out of one bag and put it in a bigger suitcase.
Like, I got a basket of clothes and then guns over there. So
we need women to make us strive for higher things, or else we are fine with the squalor. All right,
we are fine with a mattress on the floor and a
yeah, I know.
And yeah, MacGyver, I spend more
Floor
time
pizza.
cleaning my guns than I do my clothes.
I know. It's like, well, I'm gonna do my dishes. I still have Cleopatra 25 season 2 to finish. Come on, priorities. All right, we got one more ish tab, and then we will skedaddle on out of here. CNN primetime viewership crashes by double digits in January. The January of this year compared to January of last year dropped 14%. I'm going to keep bringing this up. Normally, it's the opposition media pops off. So Trump coming in, and January of last year in January, or 2023 in January, there was no inauguration. So in this, we had the inauguration, still dropped 14%.
Imagine if Kamala would have won again, they would have lost even more viewership because people would have tuned out even more.
Exactly. Like, this shouldn't happen, but they have lost all credibility that even now when they should be having their ratings go up, and they're continuing to drop. It's beautiful. CNN, I hope you go the way of CNN Plus. All right, one last one. We'll make this quick. Secretary Rubio, Gaza must be free. Make Gaza beautiful again. And they're like talking about sending the people in Gaza to like Singapore or some shit, and man, as long as he doesn't start any wars, I'll be happy. But God bless it, I hope he doesn't go too crazy with this stuff. Anyone's quick thoughts on this situation before we get demonetized?
Okay, so what Trump said was the U.S. was going to go take Gaza and build it back and make up for it. I feel like this is the first misstep that Trump has had in this administration. And I feel like this is Netanyahu coming in and going, yeah, we'll let you have Gaza if you rebuild it, just so it gets us a vested interest in the area. And then we're not able to back out the next time somebody does some fuckery over there. That's what it feels like to me.
There's so many ways for him to end that war without having to do something this far. And this isn't like just going after the cartels. This is the clusterfuck of all clusterfucks, bro. Like moving with like embassies like to Jerusalem and stuff. Like, okay, yes, do your thing or whatever. But man, we gotta be just moving the population, displacing them to another country and stuff. It's like, maybe there are some better alternatives to that, buddy.
Why don't we just let the blue helmets take care of it?
No, God.
Why don't we just let them handle it themselves? I don't fucking care.
Yes, I know.
Well,
like,
they've been
theoretically,
doing that for like 3,000 years. Surely.
Well, I know. That's the thing. They've been doing this shit for 2,000 years. We're not going to come in and make anything better. We're just going to be permanently involved now.
Yeah, I like the idea theoretically, building them up and make things better, but these shitholes are shitholes for a reason. In a lot of cases, there ain't no fixing the shitholiness. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a shithole to begin with.
How long ago?
Well, yeah, I was going to say that was. I mean, remember.
I mean, it's been a long time.
Happened.
I mean, the 50s, right? The 50s.
Nice back
so,
in dinosaur
I mean,
days.
that's when the warring really started back up to the extent that it has. And I mean, I think the idea of building Palestine, back up is a genuinely good one. But do they want help from us? when we've always sided with Israel. I don't see us making friends and playing in the sandbox together well.
It's like USAID.
No matter what good intentions Trump might have to try and smooth things over there. I just don't, they're not going to believe it because Israel doesn't have good intentions with them, in my opinion, allegedly.
Nobody over there has good intentions with anybody. That's why they've been
Exactly.
at war for over 2,000 years.
Exactly.
And the Crusades happened because of aggression from one of those groups of people. We won't focus on which one, but it's been a thing forever. It's not going to stop being a thing. It doesn't matter who's involved. Like, we just need to stay out of it.
Agreed.
Yes, correct. The only way to win is to not play.
Absolutely. I
So-
don't think we're going to make anyone happy. Anything we do, just pull out.
I mean, there's a reason that Marco Rubio got confirmed like 100-0.
Yeah.
And yeah, he has done the kneeling. He's been to the wall, and yeah, which I know. I mean, hey, Trump can be as pro-Israel as he wants as long as he doesn't start any new wars. And I hope that's how it stays. All right, any other thoughts before we do some outros and get out of here? Everyone still happy? Trump 11 out of 10?
I'm having a good
Mega?
time.
ABF. You got any streams coming up tomorrow by chance, buddy?
Let's see. What day is it today? Yes,
Wednesday tomorrow. I feel you, man. I feel you.
So I have Trigger Happy starting a half hour early. So normally I start at 7:30 Eastern. I'm going to start at 7 Eastern this time. We have Beardo coming on the Leighton Gay show afterwards. So we needed to move the time slot back for him. So that's where I'm going to be at tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. And then so, me and Badger, we're going to be like streaming at the same time. Because Badger's is going back a half hour and yours is going forward a half hour. Which means your show is also coming. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to be streaming over each other, I think, tomorrow.
No worries.
Hayden. Okay, so yeah, we got ABS stream right before the GC. What stream was it, Hayden?
The Leighton Gay with the GCA.
Good.
We're starting 30 minutes early tomorrow because, like ABF just
80's
said,
there.
we do have Fear the Beardo on as our guest tomorrow. And then day after that, a lot of the GCA is traveling to MegaCon, and we might be doing a couple of random live streams and stuff like that while we're there over this weekend for MegaCon. So guys, be sure and be on the lookout for that. But other than that, I'm working on stuff for my channel, Hayden Wayne 75 here on YouTube, and I'll get something out when I can, man. Work got me busy, and now I'm trying to pack for a trip, and shit's been crazy.
Fuck commies. Lady Ernie, you going to one of these meetups anytime?
I wish. I'm poor, so
No.
traveling is not easy when you have one kid in college and you homeschool the other two. So yeah, someday I hope to
You'll be
make it
there in
and meet all
spirit.
y'all in person. But
Anything
not
you
this
want
time.
to plug? You got anything cool coming up?
No,
in your
I mean
life?
I'm always in all the chats. You guys know that.
Every
And,
some
you know, follow me
every
on-
chat, not some chats, not a lot of all of the chats.
Most of the chats, yeah. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. I still can't hit like 1,000 subscribers. I got super close, and then I think Elon did like a huge bot purge
they
because I
did a
lost like
purge.
150 followers. And so I'm back down in the 800s. So follow me if you don't already.
Yeah, I'm grabbing it. Let's see if I can beat B-Man. Let's see. Am I? Oh, I see B-Man. Did he?
He already got it.
B-Man, you're fired. All right, no, I'm putting you on leave for doing too good. All right, well, I'm getting Patriots. Has he done Patriots yet? Patriot, anything you want to plug? Patriot.
I still don't have anything going on right now. I got that Discord we're working on, but I'll plug that when it's ready.
I'm doing it. For a small fee. I learned from you, Crypto Shills. I got to charge you a small fee to plug it.
Maybe some.
I got to get my cut, dog. At least
Yeah,
one
absolutely.
NFT. One NFT,
I got
dog.
you. I got some
All
good
right,
ones, yeah.
sweet. Absolute pleasure having everyone here. Your support means so much. What, CobraCast was going right, and we still had over 50 people the whole time. Appreciate you so dang much. Man, 2 minutes is too long for an outro, but I freaking love this video. I don't care.
Every time.
Actually, sorry, before I play it, there's another video I gotta play for you.
Everyone has AIDS. My grandma and my doggo blue.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
You're a really dull class.
We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring.
Biden crime family.
Wait, you're getting nervous, man.
How dare you?
And Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
You're wrong.
Puerto Rico. I will never apologize for standing up for an LBT. I intend to resign as party leader. LGBTQ2 plus kids' rights.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
As prime minister. There's a level of admiration I actually have for China.
Oh, son of a...
But he called her a third-rate politician. He said there are communists involved, and you guys might like that.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
Shut up, silly woman.
America will never be a socialist country.
I'm in trouble.
America was founded on liberty and independence, and not government coercion, domination, and control.
To collapse the liberal international order. He is the smartest man I know. You know the thing.
It's the Donald! Oh my God!
No, but I mean, it's not about, I know.
Everybody's always blaming me for everything.
Called the wrap-up smear.
It's estimated that 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk.
Please clap.
And don't you all forget, Corn Pop was a bad dude.
AIDS, 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 AIDS.